to conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit laitram.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Troop N. Hey,
the story
you don't have a license plate. Hey, the tint's too dark in your window. Hey, your tail light's out. Hey, you don't have a brake tag. Hey, you're speeding. Hey, reckless operation. Finally, the Wild Wild West is over. Not the end of violent crime, but police are pulling over people. Yeah, you, right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. It is a dragnet. Troop N already paying huge dividends. The NOPD on better footing. Throw in Troop N. Hell, yesterday on Claiborne, I think an Orleans Levee District cop was assisting. What's that scene from, what's the movie? The Untouchables. There's a scene where Kevin Costner's character, Sean Connery's character, they're about to go raid the post office where the liquor is. First raid in that movie. And they have an accountant in the office. And Sean Connery's like, you carry a badge? He's like, yeah. And he goes, good. You can carry a gun. And all of a sudden the accountant's got a gun. Yeah, the Orleans Levee District cops, I don't think anyone's stealing the levees. Hey, man, someone stole a flood wall. Someone's stealing the levee. That would be the Corps of Engineers. So if you got a badge and a gun and you're an Orleans Levee District cop, I think you need to be like fighting crime, like the officer with the Orleans Levee District did yesterday, assisting the state police. All hands on deck, including Orleans Levee District. We don't have the luxury of a trained police officer with a badge and a gun with a $60,000, $80,000 police cruiser suburban SUV to be an Orleans Levee Board cop to protect the levees. There's just not enough action for that police force. So, yeah, I like that even those folks were assisting. Corey Johnson with you on a Fantasy Friday. The streak has ended? Question mark? Exclamation point, question mark? There's still like 6-7 hours left in the day, huh? 4 days, 4 state police troop and car chases. 3 really chases, 1 boxing in a car yesterday. 6 arrests, guns, drugs. Some of these folks had arrest warrants. They're arresting folks at about a 20% clip, roughly. Troop N, just a handful of troopers, a handful of vehicles, police cruisers, have pulled over 100 traffic violators. The tint's too dark, tail light out, no license plate. You know, the typical New Orleans driver. Anyway, all kidding aside, pulled over 100 and have made 20 plus arrests. So about every 1 in 5 New Orleanians or Metro New Orleans, someone driving in Orleans Parish that lives in Orleans Parish or not, 1 in 5 traffic violations where troop and police or troopers are pulling over cars, 1 in 5 result in an arrest. drugs, narcotics, guns, whatever. Already have a rap sheet. They're making huge progress. Now, a concern, the car chases. It's not good. But when you look at the Troop N and it's like you're blaming them for the car chase, it's kind of mind-boggling. It's like, no, we finally have proactive policing in New Orleans, not reactive policing. This consent decree that limits the NOPD and car chasing situations and the like very much limits them. They're like spayed or neutered almost when it comes to a car chase. It just sends the message out to the criminals that it's the wild, wild west. Instead, you have NOPD being more aggressive now, and you have Troop N being very aggressive. And what's the alternative? A criminal commits a crime. Hey, just get in the vehicle and flee. And in New Orleans, they're not going to pursue you. That's what you're saying would be the answer? That's not the answer. The car chase is the person fleeing. They're responsible. And it sucks, and it's not a good thing. A car chase. Police don't want to be in them. These wrecks that have happened this week, thank goodness no one was hurt. Could be innocent bystanders hurt or killed. Inevitably, as more car chases happen, if they do continue, someone will be hurt or killed, an innocent bystander. It's not good. But what's the alternative? You don't chase? That's unbelievable. What kind of message would that send to these brazen criminals in New Orleans? I mean, so silly. You have to pursue. It's not a good thing. It's not a positive, but you have to pursue. That's just how it is. No, and this empathy, this sympathy for the criminals, for the car chases are problematic. Now, the criminals are problematic. The car chases aren't good, but it is a necessary evil. What's the other answer? Please tell me. Yeah, and yesterday on Claiborne, the state troopers boxing in the vehicle, the Orleans Levee District cop assisting, like the Untouchables movie, where Sean Connery tells the accountant guy, you carry a badge? Good. You carry a gun. You're an Orleans Levee District cop? No one's stealing levees or flood walls. You carry a badge and a gun? Protect New Orleans. And yesterday, that's exactly what happened on Claiborne when an Orleans Levee District cop in his SUV, big Suburban, assisted two state troopers in their Suburban as some criminal in a white Highlander was going in reverse drive, banging into these state troopers trying to escape. This was on Claiborne and Toledano, Louisiana, where there's four-way stop sign, traffic lights out. So there might have been like a quagmire traffic right there that let those troopers get the plate, box in the car, all of that stuff. Anyway, the streak has ended, maybe. 4 days, 4 state trooper chases, 4 crashes, essentially 3 plus the box-in thing yesterday, 6 arrests, and about a 20% arrest rate on pulling over vehicles for traffic violations with the state troopers. They've pulled over 100 vehicles. They've arrested over 20. It's about 1 in 5 that get arrested. No, and I've said this so many times, this dark tint problem, there is a legal tint limit. People just blow it off, and that's your choice. It's amazing the tint shops sell the illegal tint. That's part of the problem. First ticket, $250, $350, something substantial. We get the tint removed. Wow, we pulled you over 3 months ago, gave you a $350 ticket. You still didn't get your tint fixed? This ticket's for $1,200. And guess what? We pull you over again, we're seizing your vehicle. 3 strikes, you're out. We're seizing your vehicle. Oh, no, we're not arresting you. You're free to go. We're taking your car. Please clear out the contents right now. We're taking your vehicle legally. No, dark tint, it's ridiculous. I'm like waving someone through an intersection. I look, I'm like, I can't even see if there's a human being in there. Just see dark tint. Crazy. No, dark tint, you're going to get pulled over. No license plate. Wow. No license plate or expired tags or a fake license plate. You're going to get pulled over. No tail light. You're going to get pulled over. And folks think this, some loony liberals think this is profiling. It's crazy. Now you want to know the gravy of all of this? Besides getting rid of the criminals and folks are going to stop carjacking and all of that stuff because the cops are out there. There's a presence. Watch the drop-off of four-wheelers, three-wheelers, dirt bikes, and the like, these Saturday, Sunday jokers riding around the city. I mean, some of these men are like 45, 50, and a woman. I saw a couple getting chicken from the Popeyes. They knew they couldn't go through the drive-thru in their four-wheelers, but they could ride on the streets with them. No helmets, no blinkers, no license plates, not legal. Unbelievable. No, the four-wheelers, the folks that do those gimmicks, they're not going to do it because, hey, Jimmy, we can't go in New Orleans. The cops are there. The state police are there. No, it's working. It's changing. It's changing the mentality. It's changing everything in a positive way. Corey Johnson with you. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NolaAC.com is your cool spot.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Ooh la Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh la Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Hey, speaking of Helm Paint and Decorating, Helm Paint and Supply, 7 Metro New Orleans locations. Good weekend to knock out that paint project. And hey, Baton Rouge, Tiger Town. Helm Paint and Decorating is now in Baton Rouge. 4 Baton Rouge locations. Benjamin Moore high-quality products. Free 2-hour delivery. They're on Highland Road. They're on Perkins Road. They're on Jones Creek Road. They're on Choctaw. West Baton Rouge, like Bruley, Port Allen, free 2-hour delivery. East Baton Rouge, like Prairieville, even Gonzales, free 2-hour delivery. Helm Paint and Decorating, now in Baton Rouge. Corey Johnson with you, Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Father's Day is this Sunday. Father's Day is this Sunday. Take care of Dad. Hey, it's 95 degrees out there. Feels like 100 plus. Water, agua, and don't chain the dog up in the backyard and leave him. Don't leave the dog outside all day. Jeff Dorson's on top of that all the time. There's some chained up dog. Where was the neighborhood? What was the street again? I'm trying to think. Jeff Dorson's with us from the Humane Society of Louisiana for a few minutes. What's happening, Jeff?
Well, thanks to you and your listeners, another successful Humane May. We were slow out of the gate. I was worried, Corey. You and I both know we were watching the numbers, and we were hoping to get 10 by the end of the month. We extended it, and thanks to you at the final push, I think we hit about 13,000, which is just a wonderful gift to us, so we can do more. So I thought, 2 years in a row, we inched over 13,000. I think that's pretty impressive.
I must have been panicking because I got an email after a show one time. Hey, Corey, calling people cheap and tight is not going to get them to donate to your fundraiser. I was like, he's probably right. I guess I went overboard today. I was getting nervous or I was losing it or something, Jeff. I was freaked out.
Well, luckily, people like Ronnie Lamarck, 300 plus, and other people, the 5, 10, 15, 25 added up. So we were so excited. Because we were nervous. We were about 7,500 at the last couple of days thinking, oh, man, how are we going to do this? But
yep.
We did it. Thanks to you.
All right, so
fourth quarter effort.
I know. Great fourth quarter, 2-minute warning effort. 10K in May, a big success. But now, Jeff, you got another thing similar. You're trying to raise, what, $12,000, a major animal problem? What's that all about?
That's called 12K in 30 days. That's for our overworked, underappreciated colleagues, mainly housewives, doing the work of a government function of picking up strays and doing cruelty investigations in the armpit of the state of Boyles Parish. And I say that lovingly because I like some of the people, but man, those parish police jurors are clueless and they refuse to take a look at this issue. They do a shrug of the shoulders. We send them pictures of how bad it is. Puppies dumped in fields, nursing dogs dumped at the dumpster. They refuse to say, hey, let's work together on some kind of basic little program so that well-intentioned housewives in their spare time aren't picking up stray animals because they care and you don't. I'm starting to sound like you.
No, you're right on the money. It's sad, but in rural Louisiana, you got these old school, in a lot of ways, kind of lazy, set in their ways. This kind of it's 1950. Just slow down, boy. You don't need you. Where you from? The city, and then coupled with an entire 110% lack of empathy and not even an understanding of the word. So they could give a you-know-what about Jeff Dorson coming there. You got to find the right person that is a normal human being, and the country is just like the city. They're full of good and bad people. You find the right ones in Avoyelles, they'll take care of it. But yeah, that's unbelievable. Just the dogs, the puppies, the lack of neutering, spay, the strays on the street, the folks dumping, abandoning dogs. It's mind blowing.
It is. It's only getting worse. Why? Because people aren't spaying and neutering. So mama dog and her 11 puppies get put out on the side of the road. Yep. Multiply that by a few hundred all the time. We have a crisis. We are begging Governor Landry. You pulled out $700 million from the rainy day fund for infrastructure, including expanding prison programs. And we're asking him, please, within that $700 million, put a few shelters at a few prisons. Yep. It's perfect sense. It's desperately needed.
Yep. No, and it's a good, cheap, inexpensive solution that everyone wins and benefits. The facilities are already there, literally. It's a easy conversion. Hey, Jeff, what about that dog that was chained up out in the sun in the back driveway all the time? Think you guys...
You're making me work. Which one's this one?
I think you had to send a letter to the SPCA in the city, and it was some dog that was like just chained up in the back of a house. I'm trying to think of the street it was on. I forget.
Well, yeah, that's okay. We are going to meet with the SPCA. I'm not going to criticize them at this juncture. We all want to meet and figure out how to do better. It's hard to reach them. The 911 and 311 system doesn't allow people to give enough information, and sometimes the operators aren't skilled enough to write down what's needed. There's no way to send them photographic evidence, videos, which are really key. So we're trying to figure out how we can have them have a portal so that people can interact with them directly and send photographs.
Yeah,
They're sending me photographs.
You're better than me. Let me say something clearly. I get Jeff on. He's with the Humane Society of Louisiana, and I've never heard him say anything critical of any other group, including the Louisiana SPCA. I am very critical of the Louisiana SPCA. On this, I understand where Jeff's going because that's how Jeff operates, but I think the Louisiana SPCA needs to be like dismantled, rebuilt from the ground up, same facility, and actually have it work for the city of New Orleans as what it's supposed to do. They get a couple of million a year from the city, and I have no idea what they do with it. Plus, they get literally hundreds of people die, and they don't even know what the Louisiana SPCA is, and they give their money. They give lots of money when they die to the Louisiana SPCA, like millions a year locally from people that die. Then there are federal programs that fund the Louisiana SPCA, so they're getting a few million more there. Then they have their own fundraisers. So I wouldn't doubt if the budget of that facility on the West Bank, and I'm not making this up, is clearly north of $5 million annually, clearly, if not a lot more. And I have absolutely no idea what the hell they do with the millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars they get annually, except put down over 1,000 animals a year. Put down over 1,000 animals a year. No, we got to work better, but that's a whole other topic, Jeff. Let's stick to what you do best. What do you need right now? What do you need from folks?
We're raising money for a little tiny dog that was affectionately named Dr. Denny, because that's the vet who operated on him. Here's another thing that illustrates the laziness that you and I both see in our community in Louisiana. A little tiny terrier mix on the side of the road in which parish? Evangeline Parish. 3 days, hit by a car, broken kneecap, can't move. And how many thousands of people passed by him before somebody stopped?
Wow.
Now, come on. That's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Jeff. I saw that video of the old man falling in the street a few years ago, and everybody just walking around him, cars driving around him. Fine. This is a human being. And then finally, and this wasn't like some, I'm not trying to say, even a bum or anyone, it's a human being. They deserve compassion. But this was like a regular person. They weren't dirty or they're on drugs. I'm nervous about catching something. It's a regular person falling down on the street and no one cared. So, yeah, with animals, we just got to do better. All we can do is keep pushing that message and keep banging away. That's all we can do. HumaneLA.org, right, Jeff?
That's it. So luckily, thanks to you, we got a little bit more gas in the tank. We're moving forward. We don't want to get depressed or frustrated. We do, but we don't want to let that stop us. So we're not going to be stopped. We got Dr. Denny to the vet. He's in a beautiful situation. So let's multiply our efforts, get involved, make your donation, make your volunteer hour count. Help us. Come. It's rewarding. So that's all I can say.
I agree. Jeff, always a pleasure, brother. Thank you so much.
Back at you. Thank you. Bye, Corey.
Yep, that's Jeff Dorson, Humane Society of Louisiana, joining us. Usually on a Thursday, we toss him that bone, but doing it on a Friday. And yeah, you're right. Almost $13,000 raised for our 10K in May. Tim Rice on the North Shore, $1,000. We had our guy from the Sheiks, the band The Sheiks, donating $500. I mean, come on. Incredible. Just really, Ronnie Lamarck over $300, Scott Craig, a lot of folks donating a nice pop that helped us get over the top. And then a lot of, like Jeff said, $5, $10, $15, $20, $35 was kind of like the opening thing or just suggestion wise. And yeah, we almost hit $13,000. Speaking of Scott Craig, why aren't you at Katie's right now? It's Friday. Why aren't you at Katie's right now? As New Orleans as it gets. A taste of the Crescent City, old school New Orleans specialties. They're in Mid-City, Iberville, corner Talamacus, a few blocks behind Angelo Bracata's ice cream joint. Katie's in Mid-City. Go get some good, fresh Louisiana seafood. Flat screen TVs, NBA Finals, and more. Katie's in Mid-City. Corey Johnson with you. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program continues. Michael Hecht is next.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today, and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Did you know there were over 60 Rouses? They've been at it for over 60 years. Over a third of all Rouse's locations are in Metro New Orleans. And boy, they have that great TV commercial. If you're checking out our program on Cox Channel 4 or Spectrum Channel 333 statewide, you see that Rouse's TV commercial like every market they're in. Multiple local polls, local newspapers, television, whatever. Lake Charles, #1 grocery store, Rouse's. Lafayette, Rouse's. Baton Rouge, Rouse's. The North Shore, Rouse's. South Shore, Rouse's. West Bank, Rouse's. Gulfport, Biloxi, Ocean Springs, Diamond Head, Rouse's. Mobile, Alabama, Rouse's. Best quality, best price, best selection. Tastes like home, Rouse's Markets. Michael Hecht's with us from Greater New Orleans Inc. Michael, that's a little mini success story. I've been down to that facility off of Highway 190 down on the bayou. I'm sure you have too. It's in the middle of Cajun country, cane fields. You're like, this is the Rouse's World Headquarters. 7,000 plus employees. They do some business.
That much. That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
That's great. Yeah, no, we've got these, there are a lot of these kind of, Cajun millionaire kind of things down there. I was having lunch the other day with my friend Chris, who owns Metal Shark, and they're down in, I don't know if they're down in Golden Meadow.
That's those flat boats, right?
They've got, they're getting really big into autonomous military boats. They're going to be huge, and
that's the one that's building the the Coast Guard, those vessels. Is that right, Michael? You there?
Oh, I lost you. Yeah, they've got a bunch of Coast Guard vessels been doing. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Michael Hecht's with us from Greater New Orleans Inc. Also, Governor Jeff Landry's point man on the Super Bowl. Michael, it's funny. I get you on. We talk about that. And then a few days later, I see something in NOLA.com or 468. And, hey, they're going to hang some wraps maybe on the bottom half of the Plaza Tower. Or they're going to make a green space on Claiborne and Earhart. I'm like, yeah, I talked with Heck about that a few days ago.
Yeah, you see? You know what? And I know there have been times where you're like, I'm never going to get those 10 minutes back from all my Fridays. It's just wasted time, gone, and now you're beginning to see a little bit of some payback from this time.
Well, never with you. Maybe Fletcher Mackle, but never with you. We always thought it was very well spent time. Fletcher Mackle, waste of time.
Is Fletcher the smart one or the good looking one?
Honestly, I've never seen them separated. I don't think there are twins. That's actually, you want to know where that came from? That's a Burt Sugar line. I had Burt Sugar, the legendary boxing guy, on, Michael, like 20 years ago, like pre-Katrina when I was doing sports talk. And I was asking him about the Klitschko brothers. And he's, one was like the world heavyweight champ. The other one was like second, and I asked him about, will they fight each other? Which one's better? All this. He said he doesn't know if they actually exist. He's never seen the two of them together. He thinks it's just one person. The way Burt Sugar said.
It's one of my favorite lines,
Yep.
Right, about somebody.
It was a good line. Anyway, I screwed it up, but what the hell. Michael Hecht's with us from Greater New Orleans Inc. All right, Michael, is there a number one priority? Is there a single thing, like entity, like the Plaza Tower, or is there a single category that is of most importance for the Super Bowl?
We've got a list of hotspots, Corey, and if I had to say what my hottest hotspot is.
Oh, I know your number one. It's the pothole from the Jimmy Carter administration at Poydras and Claiborne.
Well, yeah, that's my personal one. That's true. That's my Moby Dick pothole. That's my personal pothole.
Yep.
And that is getting addressed. But beyond my own selfish needs and neuroses, I think it's the French Quarter. French Quarter is it's where everybody's going to go. It's where Fox is going to be basing, and it's absolutely critical that it gets the physical, the lighting, the sidewalks, the vagrants, the illegal uses, the smell. There's a lot that has to get fixed up there.
Yeah, I like the old lemon scent stuff that IV waste that Sidney Torres used to spray down in the quarter. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. And it'd be nice to get something like that back.
Michael, how do you? Talk about these punch lists. You need a punch list for the quarter. And I'm talking like sidewalk collapse in middle of block on Royal, 700 block of Royal. A former metal street sign where 3 inches of the metal sign still sticks out the ground with a sharp edge, just like Lawsuit City waiting to trip a tourist. There's got to be a few hundred punch list items on the, quote, French Quarter.
Yeah, so we are getting down to the individual sidewalk crack, individual street right level. So that is actually happening. And then we're going to be hiring an engineer, project manager, to help us kind of understand how to triage these projects, how to order them when we're getting lied to, for example, because I'm good at managing personalities and stakeholders. I don't know what, the biggest thing I've ever built is a $2 million restaurant. So I need somebody to kind of make me the wise fool by helping to organize and order these projects and kind of let me know which neck to wring each morning when I get up, right?
Yep. Plus, Michael Hecht doesn't have time to ride around on a scooter and see if a pothole was filled. He's got to be able to trust somebody that says that pothole's getting filled today. And it's getting done. It's getting done. Yeah, that your answer is brilliant, Michael. The quarter is it. That's ground zero. That has to be, the best foot forward we can put for the French Quarter, no doubt.
Yeah. I don't think anything else.
Yep. Now I keep getting pushback. Hey, I'm just a guy with an opinion. I'm not trying to force it down anyone's throat, but There are some people that are hell-bent, like, I have no problem cleaning up Dowman Road. Hain was mentioned. I'm like, Hain doesn't even come into play, okay? Hain doesn't even come into play for the airport or going to I-10. But this, I don't understand the hell-bent attitude. I want to clean up Dowman Road and Press Drive and all that, but when we could go lakefront to Canal Boulevard with the billionaires flying in on their private jets, I don't understand the attitude of using Elysian Fields or Franklin or Press or Dowman and getting on the I-10 on Chef. Like, hey, you get to Chef, you can exhale. We've made it. No, you get to Chef. It's as crappy as Dowman Road and all that. I don't know. Michael.
Yeah,
You know?
no.
Can't clean that up.
We're going to have to take everybody over the Seabrook Bridge.
Yes. Which is
and then
closed.
Downlit. But then the question is, Corey, is it worth taking them all the way down to Wisner, or do we let them go down
Canal Boulevard?
Yeah.
Now, if you look on a map, it's like 3 minutes extra time. And to people from out of town, they're looking at the lakefront. They're coming up Canal Boulevard with the oak trees, and then they get on 610 and it loop around to I-10. They're home. It's not. See, this is a crazy part, Michael. We're not Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, where, oh no, dude, we're putting them 20 minutes out of the way. It's three extra minutes. It's 3 extra minutes.
Yeah. And so, the good news is, Corey, that there is still work that's going on to fix up Dowman Road because it needs it regardless, right?
Yep. That's good.
But we're gonna basically make it for local traffic only, have a levy policeman there.
Nice.
Directing folks over the bridge. And then we'll probably have somebody, getting them onto Canal Boulevard and just kind of, it'll be an escort. That's easy to do. And, there's no question about it at all.
Michael, I love Gail Benson. I'm not picking on her. It's just something that I saw. How do you get private people to fix their stuff for the Super Bowl? Like the New Orleans Center parking garage from the Pontchartrain Expressway, it's dirty. It needs a power washing. And then after that, maybe a coat of paint. I'm just saying there's a lot of things like that. How do you get the private sector on board of this Super Bowl? I think you bring that up to Miss Benson, they're power washing it the next day. So how do you get the person that's maybe going to be belligerent or kind of force the hand of some folks that have an eyesore blight, something that needs to be cleaned up that's right in the heart of, tourism central?
Well, there's 2 ways. There's the easy way, which is that they listen to the appeal for the Super Bowl and do the right thing. Or then there's the hard way, which is code enforcement. And code enforcement is part of our strike team at the city. And, I was asked today about the French Quarter. Somebody said, do you think we need more regulation in the French Quarter? I said, no, the issue is not regulation, it's enforcement. The regulations are there, right?
Yep.
So.
Hey, Miguel, you want to stick around or you want to just pick it up next Friday and we'll talk about some singles, doubles, triples, and home runs about Greater New Orleans Inc. Next week?
Let's pick it up next Friday. We can have one about the recent announcements that we've had at GNO Inc. So there is some economic development going on on the side of all this Super Bowl stuff.
No, man, it's good we're distracted with the Super Bowl, but yeah, we can't forget about the main deal. Michael, always a pleasure, brother.
Thank you so much, Corey. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too, man. That's Michael Hecht, Greater New Orleans Inc., joining us every Friday. That's always brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant. Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. Coming right back.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Ooh la Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh la Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you. It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Are you kidding me? Yeah, you right. Love that. We got a weekend in front of us, thank goodness. Hey, Father's Day is this Sunday. Maybe a little rain predicted. Tomorrow is kind of a rinse and repeat of today. Hot. It's like 95 right now. 96 feels like over 100. Lots of agua. Stay hydrated. Even if you don't think you need to drink, and if you're outside especially, just drink up. Tomorrow is going to be another hot one. Maybe rain Sunday for Father's Day. Hey, ladies, don't forget, he wants a massage. Are you kidding me? I love my deep tissue massage. 90 minutes at the Woodhouse Day Spa, Mid-City location. I walked out of there, I'm telling you, it's like someone hit the major reset button on me. I could have gone home and gone to sleep and taken a nap. I could have gone out and run a marathon, it felt like. I mean, I could have done whatever I wanted. Fantastic. Brain, body, everything felt better. So, yeah, ladies, you know how much you like the Woodhouse. Us guys, we like the Woodhouse too. I don't know about a pedicure, manicure. You got to check with your guy on that. But deep tissue massage, grand slam home run. Father's Day's this Sunday. 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations, Mid-City, New Orleans, Metairie near North Kenner. They're in Mandeville. They're in Slidell. They're in Baton Rouge. WoodhouseSpas.com. Ladies, you can print your own gift card online for him. WoodhouseSpas.com. SuperBowl.com or go to one of the 5 locations. They're open Sunday. Book the appointment for them right now for Sunday if you can get in there. Father's Day is this Sunday. The streak has ended. I don't know. There's still 6, 7 hours left in today. 4 days straight, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this week. State troop, and 3 of the 4 days was police chasing down stolen vehicles, or in one case, a Corvette that was, doing some crazy driving. So much so where citizens called 911 to report it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, state troop and car chases. The folks they were chasing wrecked the vehicles. They arrested the folks. Some of them had warrants out for their arrest, drugs, narcotics, guns involved. Yesterday wasn't really a chase. It was boxing in a white Toyota Highlander that was a stolen vehicle. One state trooper behind, one in front. They got him. This guy starts hitting drive, reverse, banging into the vehicles, thinking he's going to be able to escape. Then in Orleans Levee District, cop in his SUV boxes him in, and they catch him. Another arrest. So essentially 4 days, 4 state police troop and car chases, essentially, and about 6 arrests, drugs, guns, all that. Some criminals off the street, some idiots off the street. Will there be another one today, 5 days straight? Who knows? I'm laughing. I'm not into car chases. They're not good. The state police, the police, they don't want to be in a car chase. Do you think they're happy about it? It's very dangerous for everybody. No, especially law-abiding citizens, someone that has nothing to do with an innocent bystander getting hurt or worse, even killed. The more car chases, the chances of a bystander getting hurt or killed increase dramatically every car chase. It's not ideal. It's not what state troop and the police, no one wants. But the alternative was utterly ridiculous. That's what set the tone about New Orleans being the wild, wild west. This attitude from criminals, man, the police aren't going to chase you. Just run and they're not going to chase you. Go rob the bank, get in the getaway car, drive away fast. They're not going to chase you. That's insane. And that's what some loony left are arguing, especially on social media. The car chases aren't a good thing. They're not ideal. It's not a positive. It's a negative. The criminal is endangering a bunch of folks, but the cops have to pursue. There is no choice. You can't just let them go, and that's the message to the criminal. Commit a crime, get a car, run away. You won't get pursued. My God, it's insane. No, it's the criminal's fault that there's a car chase, not the state police troop N. And the not chasing doesn't work. And what the chasing does, it leads to arrests. And hopefully no one gets hurt, innocent bystanders are killed. And what else it does? It tells these criminals, because it's only a few hundred of these violent idiot criminals, don't go steal the car. Don't go carjack. Hey, we better not do our drifting thing. Hey, Jimmy, I don't want to go four-wheeling on a Sunday through the city and run from police, because these state troopers, they mean business. And the new NOPD, they mean business. So maybe we shouldn't take our four-wheelers out and take over the street. Not a good idea. That's what it sends, this Wild Wild West. Dude, we'll go to New Orleans. Now, I wouldn't do that in Jefferson Parish, but we could go to New Orleans. Now, I wouldn't do that in Plaquemine, but you could do it in New Orleans. I wouldn't do that in St. Bernard, St. John the Baptist, St. James, whatever. I'd do it in New Orleans. That mentality's changing now. These idiots are like, we better not go into New Orleans on the four-wheelers. We better not go into New Orleans and do any drifting. We better not go into New Orleans and carjack a vehicle. These state police, they've pulled over in just a few weeks, not even a month, over 100 traffic violations. They've arrested over 20. So for every 5 people, Troop N pulls over for tinted windows too dark, no tail light, no license plate, speeding, reckless operation, sub-traffic violation, 1 in 5 are arrested. Because there's drugs, a gun, they have an arrest warrant, it's a stolen vehicle. My God. the woke loony left that's against policing, this proactive policing, calling it profiling, is utter nonsense and insanity. This mentality of criminal first, citizen second. What's that, Blue Boy? Blue Boy first, criminal second. You damn right, buddy. Pets and first. Law-abiding citizens and everything they got first. Right, criminal second. You damn right. Good going, Blue Boy. What else? Tell folks stick around. The 5 o'clock power hours next. Blue Boy, you're right. Fantasy Friday. Blue is correct. Don't move. Good boy, Blue. Good boy.
On the Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333.
Blue's
also
so
on
excited.
YouTube. On radio
Don't
at Nova
stop.
Talk 93.9 FM. WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, Helm Paint, let us do you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Hassendampf Incorporated. We're gonna do it. Give us any chance.
Enjoy the Laverne and Shirley theme song for the final time, at least on this program. We're ditching it all and moving to some other stuff. I'll keep Rocky and Bullwinkle and the Jetsons and Johnny Quest. Maybe a show or two. Hawaii Five-O, because it's just a good song. This crap is going bye-bye. So enjoy the last few seconds before Mr. Drew Brees gives us his introduction on a Friday. Oh, yeah, Drew Brees is right. This is New Orleans, Louisiana, the home of fun, the home of culture, the home of a bunch of characters, man. A lot of great people in Metro New Orleans and South Louisiana. Our architecture and history, especially in this part of the world, the Western Hemisphere, can't be beat. You got to go to Europe to find what we got here. There's nothing else like New Orleans. Our history is tough to beat, too. We're a French colony, then a Spanish colony. We weren't the boring British colonial East Coast. About 30% of our existence is as a European colony. Pretty cool history. And the culture. And then you throw in the food and the music. I mean, we are the music capital of the world. Every modern music genre, if it didn't start in New Orleans was a major influence on that music genre. Every major music genre that is modern, New Orleans has something to do with it. And then our food, there are very few cities that are known for their food, that have their own food. We have our own theme music, multiple genres. I don't know other cities where you play a song and you go, oh, that's Berlin. Oh, that's London. That's St. Louis. We can play jazz, we can play blues, it could be rap. You're going to go, that's New Orleans. That's New Orleans, Louisiana. That's New Orleans. I know that. There's a Billy Joel song. What is it? Italian restaurant, whatever. Drop a dime in the box, play a song about New Orleans. And then it's a clarinet and a tuba and a jazz band, and it's the sound of New Orleans. That Billy Joel put in an album from the 70s, like 50 years ago. This has been going on for a long time. And then our cuisine. There are very few cities that are known for their cuisine. They're great food cities, like New Orleans is a great food city, but we also have several original cuisines that are exclusive to New Orleans. Pretty amazing place we live in. Even with this oppressive heat and humidity, yeah, it's like 96 degrees, feels like $101. Lots of water, H2O, stay hydrated. I'm going to, and I'm in the Buddy Deliberto River City's Total Maintenance Studios. Speaking of, it is hot. If you need air conditioning help, weekday, weekend, overnight, holiday, River City's Total Maintenance is there. Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys, air conditioning experts that come right now. If your AC is not working right, or worse, is not working at all, they'll get it going this afternoon, tonight. River City's Total Maintenance. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately. Find them at NOLAAC.com. NOLAAC.com. If you need air conditioning help, NOLAAC.com. Tomorrow is supposed to be like a rinse and repeat of today. Hot, humid, no rain. Sunday, Father's Day, maybe some rain. Yeah, ladies, Sunday is Father's Day. You ladies don't butcher stuff like us. Serious, I can't even be like, you ladies, I didn't get him a gift yet. It doesn't even exist. It's like 3 women out there that are like, yeah, I have to get him something. And they know they had to do it. Like a guy like, oh my God, Mother's Day is Sunday, like right now, because we're so dumb. And then we scramble, and then we screw it up. The women know, the ladies know, probably already gone to the Woodhouse. They're like, man, I like the Woodhouse. My husband will love a deep tissue massage at the Woodhouse. 5 Woodhouse Day Spa locations. New Orleans, Metairie near North Kenner, Mandeville, Slidell, Baton Rouge. You can print your own gift card online, any denomination, for him, for Father's Day Sunday. WoodhouseSpas.com. WoodhouseSpas.com. I said it last hour. Is the streak over? Has it ended? There's still like over 6 hours left in the day. What streak am I talking about? Well, let's see. On Monday, State Police Troop N chased down a Corvette. Citizens called Corvette driving crazy, stunt driving, driving too fast. Several citizens called 911. State Police chased the Corvette. Elysian Fields near North Robertson. Corvette slams into a fire hydrant. Not only did you wreck your Corvette, dude, 2 arrested. The next day, Tuesday, stolen vehicle. Calliope around Carondelet, 2 arrested, multiple counts, a car wreck in that one too. Wednesday, stolen car. State Troop N chases them. They exit I-10 by the Orleans off-ramp, crash. Another arrest. Yesterday, Claiborne near Louisiana and Toledano. I'm assuming when I say this, the trapping the vehicle part in, that's all real. But if you know Claiborne at Louisiana at Toledano right now, the lights are out. It's 4-way stop sign. You can't even go through Toledano at Claiborne right now. The neutral ground's closed. You can at Louisiana. It makes it a big quagmire. It's bogged down in both directions. That's where the state troopers boxed in this white Toyota Highlander. Now, I'm assuming they ran the plates because they knew a Highlander had been stolen. That was it. The guy was in that quagmire of traffic, couldn't get around. The state troopers blocked him in. He starts doing the drive reverse thing, bouncing back and forth, this little Highlander Toyota is going to move these big Suburbans. And then a Orleans Parish Levy District SUV came in and blocked him in, and they arrested that cat. 4 days, essentially 4 car chases, 3 plus 1. 3 car chases, 1 box in. 6 arrests, narcotics, guns. A few of those clowns that got arrested had arrest warrants. The Troop N crew, it's just a handful of cops and a handful of patrol units. They've pulled over 100 people in New Orleans for traffic violations. Speeding, reckless operation, tint too dark, no drive license plate, no brake tag, no tail light, whatever. They've pulled over 100 people. They've made over 20 arrests. It's like a 20% almost. Some cars had 2 people. So what do you want to say about 15%? 1 out of every 6 people the State Police Troop N pulls over in New Orleans for a legitimate traffic violation, 1 in 6 get arrested. That's a pretty effective policing tool. No, and it's sending out the message that New Orleans isn't the wild, wild west. Like for this weekend, for instance, watch the lack of four-wheelers and dirt bikes and these jokers that take over the street. It's fairly harmless, but it's against the law. And you can't have four-wheelers and no helmet and popping wheelies and someone wrecks and I run over them. I'm going to get sued for that. I was following the lawbreakers too close. I mean, so you just can't have four-wheelers taking over the city. That type of thing's going to stop. Hey, Jimmy, I don't want to take my four-wheeler out. These state troopers, they'll catch us and they'll take the four-wheeler. Let's wait. No, this you can do it in New Orleans mentality is going away. This wild, wild west mentality is going away. And there are people complaining about it. They're these hyper-woke, loony, liberal progressives that are complaining. So much more concerned about the criminal and their rights than the law-abiding citizen and their rights. It's mind-blowing. It's beyond empathy. Empathy's fine. Empathy's a good thing. This is just weak-hearted insanity. It's like, what do you have to be a victim of a violent crime by this individual for you to feel, that they should be prosecuted, arrested, whatever? No, this is effective policing, thank God. The streak may have ended 4 days with 4 car chases, essentially. I don't know. Day's still young. And no, car chases aren't good. But there's no choice. You can't just let the criminal run. We're shifting gears. Yeah, you're right on a Friday. Frank Brigtsen's next. Let's talk food.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Young's Dry Cleaning with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com. Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Hey, speaking of Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park, every day this program, The Nutrigram with me, Corey Johnson, on radio, on television, on YouTube. The Nutrigram with Corey Johnson. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's always brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner, and now Lamarck Crescent City Ford on Jefferson Highway, the legendary truck dealership. Hey, let's head to the Riverbend. Brigsten's Restaurant, James Beard Award-winning chef Frank Brigsten joins us on a Friday. What's happening, Frank?
Where you at, Corey? TGIF!
Thank goodness, huh, man?
Yes. Looking forward to the weekend.
What's on the weekend menu at Brigsten's? Throw out a single item that's jumping out at you.
We have a new pork chop dish. We're getting local gugutzas from our farmer, and we made an Italian sausage guguzza dressing.
A guguzza is like an Italian squash?
That's right. And long, light green, looks like a baseball bat.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a Sicilian tradition here in New Orleans. And so we made this Italian sausage guguzza dressing. We'll put the pan-roasted pork chop on top of that with red gravy.
Wow.
How Creole is that?
That's as Creole as it gets.
Yeah, so that's really selling well, and it's so delicious. Guguzza is a summertime vegetable, and the farmer that we get them from is Vietnamese American.
Wow.
And so I was surprised years ago when he offered them to me, but they eat guguzzas in Vietnam as well. So cross-cultural kind of thing, and wonderful. Happy to have them.
Frank, I had called the officials in the Brigsten front office. I was like, the chef needs the night off. They said, no dice. I said, he's had a hard week. He's been busting his tail. They said, we need him for the weekend. You did have a busy week, didn't you?
I sure did, and I am taking the night off.
They listened to me.
I know I will. This week, New Orleans hosted a very special event called Bocuse d'Or Americas, which is the international culinary competition. Best chefs from this time 9 different countries in the Americas, Canada, U.S., and Central America and South America. And it's the first time this event was ever held in the United States, and New Orleans was the city chosen. So I was chosen to be on the host committee, along with some other great local chefs, Susan Spicer, Nina Compton, Alon Shaya, E.J. Lagasse. And so we spent the last 3 days down there helping them, working alongside the best chefs in America. But these are different chefs, Corey. These are the ones that are, really trying to climb the ladder and do these competitions. And the food that they put out was unbelievably beautiful. And so they choose 3 medal winners. Third was Mexico. Second was Canada. And first was, drum roll,
Italy.
The United States.
Wow.
Won competition, yeah.
Wow.
Chef Stephanie De Palma from San Diego was an unbelievable talent. They all were, all these teams. I went down the line and just watched them work, and I was amazed. And then 2 other teams get a wild card spot. Colombia and Chile were chosen. So all these teams will go to Lyon, France, where Chef Paul Bocuse was from. And in January, they'll compete in the finals. And this is like the Culinary Olympics. Huh. So it's quite an honor to be involved with it, but also to see how this thing works. It was a great experience.
Even though you're a seasoned veteran, you're like Drew Brees, and these are rookies. Do you learn anything ever from the rookies where you're like, what a great idea, I'm going to start using blueberries or something like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, the techniques they use are so sophisticated. They use a lot of fancy machines, blast chillers and emulsifiers and things like that. It's not like making a gumbo, let's put it that way. And it's funny, Corey, because everyone that I saw there, that I knew, and I saw tons of friends there, all of them said, so Frank, you're judging? I said, no. I am not in that league. This is not my game. I'm a restaurant chef. I'll make pork chops and gagutsa. But this is an elevated type of food. And I'm going to shoot you a couple of pictures. You'll be blown away. But it was wonderful, and we got the chance to represent New Orleans and show them our hospitality. And hopefully they'll be back in 2 years. The event is held every other year. And the French crew that ran this program was really, really impressed with our hospitality and our ability to put on an event like that.
Now, I kind of understand what you're saying, but please explain it better or in more detail. How can this be too much for you and it's food at another level? Like, I kind of understand what you're saying because maybe it's modern and it's techniques and things that you don't utilize, but who has a better palate or knows food better than you?
Well, if you see the presentations on these dishes, you'll understand immediately. They were given some local ingredients, proteins to work with, oysters in the shell, crab meat, shrimp, wild boar rack, and grits. And their job was to create one dish with all these ingredients and a giant platter to display. And it's amazing. This was not a plate of wild boar chop with gravy. This was refined technical cuisine.
Now they're cooks.
To give you an idea, Chef Stephanie De Palma, who led the U.S. team, she came from San Diego, where for the last 14 years she was the chef of a restaurant that was Michelin starred.
Wow,
which is top. And she left that job, quit, to lead the U.S. team. That's how prestigious these awards are.
And Michelin's like, they only go in a few cities in America.
Yes. And
New Orleans isn't one of them.
No, New Orleans is kind of in a competition right now. But events like Bocuse d'Or will help encourage Michelin to come here. So we have to step up to that level if we want Michelin to come here, you know. Now, you know, for me personally, Corey, I'm not into culinary competitions. That's not my game. You know, Michelin stars, yeah, it'd be great.
Sure.
But that's not my goal.
Yeah.
I'm a different kind of chef. I'm a restaurant chef and local guy, and my happiness is making people happy. So I'm not on that path. But these women and men are. And it was so inspiring to see their passion and dedication.
Hey, I can cook. Like, I could follow a recipe and recreate something close. I can cook. I'm not a chef. I don't pretend to be. I can't make sauces, or I don't create things. You're a chef. You do make sauces. You do create dishes.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they're different kind of chefs. They're chefs that are like cooks that really don't create, but they're chef level talent. And then I guess they're ridiculously creative chefs. I guess what I'm getting at, Frank, what's the point of throwing out 6 food items and telling a chef to make something out of that? Like, I want your answer, because to me, I don't know if that necessarily says that means it's a great chef or not. Maybe that just means they're creative or something. What's the point of that? And are you good at that kind of thing?
Well, I think I could be good at it, not at the level that these folks are, but, you know, they have been practicing for months in their home countries to make a plan. You know, everything's so specific in the rules for this contest. You know, you have 10 minutes to unload your product off the loading ramp. You have 15 minutes to get it into your kitchen. You know, I mean, it's all specified. If you requisition 2 pounds of crab meat, you have to use it. They grade you on waste. And then you have 4 hours to produce your dish. And all that time, there are French chefs and others walking in front of you, watching, grading. You know, these were the cleanest kitchens you've ever seen. Nobody let anything sit on a counter. They were wiping constantly. They had to. That's part of the grading system, too. So that it's this whole drive to achieve the best. And that was really the heart of the whole thing.
Hey, Frank, I got to knock out a quick break. Can you hang on 1 second? I want to ask you about something on the other side. If you can, I understand. It's your call.
No, I'm fine. I'll be here.
No, perfect. Hang on. I'm going to knock out a quick break. We're going to come right back. More with Frank Brigsten. No, this is kind of intriguing to me because I want to ask Frank again, like, what's the objective of throwing out arbitrary food items to a chef, an up-and-coming chef, a legitimate chef that's already established, and then being able to come up with something good on the fly real quickly? Coming right back with Frank Brigsten. Don't move.
Cities, total maintenance keeps you cool. River Cities, total maintenance keeps you cool. River Cities, total maintenance keeps you cool. No AC.com, your cool spot. River Cities, total maintenance keeps you cool. No AC.com, your cool spot.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
A few more minutes with Frank Brigsten on a Friday. Thanks for the extended time, Frank.
My pleasure.
So why do I feel like throwing a bunch of food together, you're under a time limit, come up, create something? I don't know if that's like the greatest chef, the winner of that. It seems like someone that like this, Frank, you're going to do barbecue shrimp, or you're going to do the trout pecan. I'm going to do my ribs or something on the Weber. I mean, like, what I don't get the point of throwing these arbitrary items together. It seems like, okay, you've got a creative chef that made something out of this, but I don't know if that means that's a great chef. But I don't know. I'm asking you.
Yeah, it's a different playing field, really, Corey. If you think about it as the Culinary Olympics, their goal is to win the gold medal for their country.
Yeah.
Olympic athletes spend 2 years training for the Olympics. And so there's a prestige factor too, but the talent really comes in who gets chosen to be on these teams. I was watching all of them, and there was some impressive, the precision was really what was most impressive. There was one chef, female chef, on I think the head of the Mexico team. I got to her and was mesmerized with her movements. She spun like a top. She was moving so fast,
wow,
that I couldn't read the name on her jacket.
Wow.
And there's a coach chef in front of the kitchen with their list. There's 75 things on this list that they're going in order to accomplish for their prep. And it's just such and he's got 6 timers going. He'll tell you when that sauce is ready. He'll tell you when to pull that out of the oven. It was just the orchestration and organization was a mind blower.
I'm a New Orleanian.
It's like the World Series.
Yeah.
All these teams get whittled down until it's 2 teams, and then somebody wins, world championship.
Wow. Frank, I'm a New Orleanian like you. I've had creme brulee my whole life. I still am a little like, not freaked out, but I'm like, it's just interesting when you guys pull out the blowtorch to caramelize the sugar on the top. It's just not your typical, like, where are you, Ace Hardware or in a kitchen? It's different. It's not standard, but it is in New Orleans for 50 plus years. What technique or something did you see over this week where you're like, what the hell is that? And I'm sure it was effective. It did what it was supposed to do, but to you, it was just so foreign and crazy. Was there anything?
Well, yeah. I mean, the ingredients. And alligator sausage was one of the ingredients. They threw that in just to be a kicker. But if you look at the plate, you don't see jumbo lump crab meat. You don't see shrimp. It's all like made into mousse. The wild boar racks were all made into stuffed roulades where there's this pinwheel of stuffing, maybe a mousse or something. Just this such refined technique.
Yeah.
And you'll see when I send you some pictures. And there's pictures online, I'm sure. Ian McNulty was there with NOLA.com. Actually, what you should do is go to, if you're on Facebook, go to Bocuse d'Or, DOCUSE, D'_OR. And all the dishes and the chefs are on Facebook, Instagram too. And get a look at these plates and you'll see what I'm saying. It's hard to convey the level of sophistication.
Nice. I'm going to check it out. Frank Brigsten's with us for a few more minutes. Hey, Ian McNulty does a damn good job, doesn't he?
Oh, yes, he does. He's sterling.
Fair, objective. Doesn't have favorites. He just kind of does his thing. I like this new girl who's with him, too. They kind of get some different viewpoints, couple of pros.
He covers everything.
Yep.
You know, he's not just a restaurant reviewer. He gets into the context of food in a way that's he works hard.
Yeah,
he works really hard.
No, he does. He puts out a lot of stuff all the time, and he never quits. Speaking of Ian McNulty and you, Frank, Restaurant Week coming up, right?
Yes. Next week, June 18th through the 22nd, is Restaurant Week here in New Orleans. There's 75 restaurants participating. This is a program put on by the LRA, Louisiana Restaurant Association, and it's a celebration of local restaurants. And it's coming at a good time of year in June, which is normally kind of slow for all of us.
Yeah, kind of reminds people to take advantage.
Yeah, every restaurant makes a special menu, and it's geared towards locals because it is slow this time of year. And for me, it's a chance to do things, different things that you wouldn't normally see on my regular menu. And it's a 3-course menu. Mine is $56. I have 3 choices in the appetizers. I have a coconut shrimp bisque with ginger and garlic. That's sort of a Thai flavored soup. We're going to feature a Creole tomato salad with Vidalia onion, ricotta salata, and pesto balsamic vinaigrette. And then I'm doing get this, vegan Creole okra gumbo. This is a dish I created a few years ago for a special dinner, and it's a knockout
What's
dish.
in it? What are the ingredients? Like the big ingredients.
Tomatoes, onion, celery, bell pepper, and a lot of seasonings and stuff like that. But if you taste it, there's no meat, there's no seafood, but it tastes like gumbo.
Wow.
Very proud of that one.
That's amazing. All right. That's one of 3 just to start, right? What's course number 2? What are the choices there?
We have 3 choices for main course. We have roast chicken pantauba, which is a Creole classic, with ham, mushrooms, roasted potatoes, and béarnaise sauce. We have grilled redfish with smoked corn sauce, chipotle black bean salsa, and avocado sour cream. And then I have a vegan main course option, an eggplant pirogue stuffed with smoked mushroom boudin and coconut ginger sauce. These are recipes I've had for several years, and it is a knockout dish as well. And then for dessert, we have...
The boudin doesn't have any meat?
No meat, smoked mushrooms, and this recipe has 25 ingredients in it.
Wow.
Because when you take something out, you got to put something in. And it's I can't stop eating it when I make it.
That's amazing.
Yep.
What's the dessert choices?
Dessert, we have lemon blueberry creme brulee. We've been getting local blueberries and making blueberry compote. Lemon blueberry creme brulee, pina colada bread pudding, pecan pie with caramel sauce, of course. And then we have a vegan gluten-free option for dessert, fruit ambrosia, which is a salad with oranges, pineapple, banana, and coconut. So we got something for everybody, vegans, vegetarians, and anybody that loves food. Take a look at the website. You look around, maybe try a new restaurant or come see a favorite that you've loved for many years, and make next week your restaurant week. Get out and dine 2 or 3 times.
Yep. Hey, any openings this weekend at Brigsten's?
I believe so. If you give Miss Marna a call, she'll take care of you. We'd love to see you.
That number, by the way, is 861-7610 at Brigsten's. 861-7610. Put it in your phone right now. 861-7610. 7610. Frank, before we let you go, anything seasonal fading off the menu? Anything seasonal coming onto the menu?
Well, the blueberries are here right now, so we're taking advantage of that.
Yep.
Crab meat is much better and much better supply. We're getting soft shell crabs 2, maybe 3 days a week. Big, giant soft shell crabs.
Wow.
But it's day to day. We never know when they're coming.
Local strawberries, crawfish, done.
Yes. Crawfish it usually ends early to mid-June. Strawberries have been gone.
Yep.
We still have our strawberry shortcake with California strawberries, which is delicious too.
Yep. No, they're not. But I get some strawberries from California, Plant City, Florida. I see on the label.
Yeah.
They're good. I'm glad to have them. I'm glad we have. But when we get our locals, it's like those are a joke. Like you said, those are white in the middle, and the locals are purple and maroon throughout. There's no white in the middle.
They sure are. We've also been seeing nice peaches in the farmers market. I tasted one; they were very sweet. So it's going to be a good year for peaches. After restaurant week, we're going to try and go to our peach bread pudding. So look forward to that too.
Mississippi and North Louisiana, lots of peaches grown there, right?
Absolutely, and they need a good cold winter to get sweet peaches, and apparently it happened because the one I had was absolutely delicious and sweet.
Yeah, I remember my LSU buddies, Shreveport, Monroe, all that. It was peaches and all that, all grown up there. Anyway, Frank, no, go ahead.
Good stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. The local stuff's the best. Frank, always a pleasure, brother.
Thank you, Corey. Always good to talk to you. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Yeah, you're right. That's Frank Brigsten. Call his restaurant right now, 861-7610. He said they got room tonight. They got room tomorrow night. 861-7610. Brigtsen's in the River Bend. So good. So good. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday. Speaking about so good, look, if you're watching on YouTube, look what's right up on the studio set, a jar of Blue Plate mayonnaise. That's as New Orleans as it gets. I've never, ever purchased any other mayonnaise in my life, literally. I'm a New Orleanian. I've never seen at my house, my parents' house, anything but Blue Plate. I've never purchased anything but Blue Plate. In my pantry, in my refrigerator, in my entire life, it's only been Blue Plate. Spread the love. Blue Plate mayonnaise.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa, and now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville, the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Come on down to New Orleans' own Bourbon Street, the toilet of the Crescent City. Literally. Need to urinate? Pee right on one of the historic buildings. Need to vomit? It's okay. Throw up right in the street. Bourbon Street. Prostitution, drugs, strip joints, daiquiri shops, and trinket stores. The toilet of the Crescent City. Come on down. It's Bourbon Street.
Sadly, it's true. It's true. We really do need to reimagine Bourbon Street. It's long overdue. It's never discussed. I don't understand that. two things that really three things that jump out at me that no one mentions, and it just seems like they're blatantly obvious. I'm a radio, TV talk show. I'm not saying I'm like a dull tool in the shed, but I'm not like some, leader. I'm not the governor or mayor. I'm not some businessman that has had ridiculous success and is just worth millions and very powerful and influential amongst the political folks and all that. Obviously, observing and giving opinions, that's part of what I do. But how am I like the only person that I've never heard anyone ever say, let's reimagine Bourbon Street? I mean, I've heard people say, let's clean it up, let's get rid of the trash, repave it. We've done that, things of that nature. I'm talking about what Bourbon Street is, what it's known for, getting rid of all of that. The strip joints, the daiquiri shops, the trinket stores, all of that, the prostitution, the drugs that go with all of that. This, I don't want to say low-end element. It's not, I'm not dogging the demographic like as people, but Jimmy and his girl pull up in the truck, they walk into the quarter, they get a daiquiri, they walk up and down this block for a few hours, get a second daiquiri. Jimmy spent $23, his lady $18. I mean, that's not the quarter making money, and it's all cash. There's just no benefit. There's a reason locals don't go to the quarter. It sucks. It's a toilet. How is there had been no momentum? How have other people not come up with this? We need to reimagine Bourbon Street, get rid of all the crap and make it a street where locals would want to go and tourists, and connect it into Royal Street. Royal Street shuts down at 6 p.m. They put cages over the glass doors and windows because they think the drunks are going to throw a bottle in there. All that should be lit up, police patrolled, different element of people. Instead of Jimmy and Sally spending $23, $18 respectively, they're spending $230, $180 respectively. Jazz clubs, outdoor dining. Let's get creative. Let's scour the world. Talk to the best folks. What can we do to maximize Bourbon Street? And we're getting rid of the strip joints. We're getting rid of the daiquiri shops. We're getting rid of the trinket stores and the drugs and prostitution that go with it. We want to change the dynamic of Bourbon Street. We want it to be a place where locals would go, where more tourists would go, where more money's being spent, not a toilet, not a gutter. That's one. The second, the land-based casino monopoly at Harrah's. What the hell? What's the point of that? It's 30 years now. All the reasons we did it, they've come and gone. I mean, originally it was like, we don't want Harrah's to serve food, no restaurant. Harrah's can't have a hotel. It'll ruin the restaurants. It'll ruin the hotel industry. They have everything, hotel, food, everything. Second hotel coming online. How about a little competition? Why a single land-based casino monopoly? It makes no sense at all. It's anti-America. It's anti-capitalism. It was done 30 plus years ago and it still exists. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think we open up the market. 6, 8, 10 major casinos are going to come to New Orleans. But I think 2 or 3 would come. I think there'd be a few, and they're major players, and that would be another market. And Harrah's is here. They would want to compete, kind of a casino destination. I don't know if it would be Wynn or MGM or whatever. But I think if we opened up the market, you would have an interest by a few players, and they'd have to compete against Harrah's, which has $1 billion plus of investment in downtown New Orleans. You'd see a few $1 billion spent a few times on massive casino hotel complexes. Why does Harrah's have a land-based casino monopoly? Makes no sense. And then one that I've been talking about, I've named it, We Be Diggin'. We be digging. It should be New Orleans' motto. We should be embracing this for about the next 20 years. We be digging. We be digging small holes and planting trees everywhere. In the last 20 years, New Orleans has lost a third of its tree canopy. We be digging. Small holes, planting trees everywhere, all the time, 24/7, 365. And we be digging big holes, retention ponds, the low-lying areas, natural gravity where water would flow when it rains really hard. You want some examples of retention ponds that we already have? They go by a different name. We call them underpasses, like on I-10 under the train trellis, or Canal Boulevard, or Carrollton Avenue, or Gentilly by Paris Avenue. When it rains, they go underwater. The water naturally gravitates and fills them up. The roadway leading up high and dry on either side, but underneath, full of water. You can't pass, but it's doing its job. Natural, low-lying area, gravity. Yeah, we be digging. Lots of trees, lots of retention ponds. Uh-oh, this guy's got something to say. Hey, buddy. What's that? Tell folks to have a great weekend. Thanks for listening and watching. It's Friday. Have fun. Be careful. Be smart, but have a good time. Tomorrow, weather-wise, a repeat of today. What else, Blue Boy? Sunday, we could see some rain. Happy Father's Day. Blue Boy, you're the best. What Blue Boy said.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.